So he went and got himself tested, and lo and behold, he got prostate cancer. So they immediately operated. I think they removed the prostate. Morning. Just off to the doctors this morning to give a bit of blood. Started this process really before we went on the Irish trip. Wasn't easy getting hold of a doctor's appointment these days. You've got to either get up there early in our doctors and queue outside at 7:30 in the morning, which Jane often does. But anyway, I managed to get a phone call consultation. I really just want to take some bloods with him, do some tests. I've been having a few issues with bones, and I just guess it's old age. But my father died of prostate cancer, so I just want to have those tests. I did have a prostate test about 2 or 3 years ago, so I know my levels, and I know PSA testing isn't a precise science by any means, but I think it's more about if it's gone up since the last time, and that's what I'm looking for. And so I've had some few issues with bones and all that. He also had bone cancer as a part of his prostate as well. So I just want to check that's okay as well. So Jane's been chasing me down doing all these tests. Prior to that, when I was working down south, it was always very difficult because I was down south for most of the week. Came back on a Friday, so it was never easy to get hold of the doctor's appointment, so I sort of neglected some of these things. So I just need to pick up on that. You know, I'm 62 years this year, and I guess things start to go wrong. Something's got to go wrong at some point, so I'm just going to have these tests and as a starting point and take it from there really. I must admit I've been feeling my age doing the projects around the house, which have been quite physical for me. It's amazing how your muscles get out of the habit of doing certain jobs, stretching under flooring and reaching. I've been crawling into bed in lots of agony and pain, only because I think A, I'm old, and B, I think it's just that you don't use those muscles. Even this walk up to the doctor's, he's proved to be a bit of a challenge this morning. I think that's the old smithy over there. It's been up for sale for a while. It's finally been bought. I'm guessing it's got some sort of preservation order on it. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Probably going to be a 1 or 2 bedroom studio perhaps. That's our medical practice. It's quite a big building, but I think they are lacking in resource at times. Tough in the NHS at the moment, but you got to push, I have to find. If you don't push, you don't get. Well, that's all done. There's about 20 people queuing up when I went in. There's now about 30 people all queuing up for the check-in, and they're all there to actually try to get an appointment. So the majority of those people have got an appointment. There's about 3 or 4 of us who could self-check in. It's just crazy. I guess I'm going to wait a couple of weeks for the results. I'm sure it'll all be clear, and then we'll take it from there. I probably need to go and see a doctor anyway, just to talk generally about health things tests I should be taking, etc. I've never been one for doctors unless I've got a real problem, but so I'm going to get back to the DIY now. Bit of bricklaying I think this morning. I'll be glad when all the heavy stuff's out of the way, and then it's just decorating. I'm still debating whether I should be plastering or not. You'll see if I make that decision or not later. There's our nice new door. Just having some breakfast before I start the day. Jane's over in Amsterdam at the moment. She's visiting her son and daughter-in-law and baby Milo. So I'm making the most of creating loads of dust before she comes back. I meant to say actually, one of the reasons we instigated the tests it's probably a bit of a lesson for gentlemen of a certain age, is that the window fitter came out. We'd known him because he'd done the conservatory before, so he came out and he was having a cup of tea with us and we were just generally chatting. And he'd been off work for a while, recovering from prostate cancer. And he told us a story which was a bit of a wow moment. And apparently his brother, I think he lives over in Canada or US somewhere, had got prostate cancer. And said to his brother, look, just go get yourself tested. Do me a favour, go get yourself tested. So he went and got himself tested, and lo and behold, he got prostate cancer. So they immediately operated. I think they removed the prostate. And he's gone through recovery, and now he's given the all clear. So it just proves, if you get it early, it's a thing, really. So, that story really resonated with Jane and I, and of course with me, father having history in the family of prostate cancer, which increases the risk slightly. We decided to go do some tests, so we managed to get in touch with the doctor. We had a telephone appointment, took ages to get that, but we had a telephone appointment just before we left for Ireland, and he's doing a PSA test now. Problems with prostate cancer, it's not a easy test to absolutely say whether you got prostate cancer or not. It's an indicator test. Fortunately, about 3 years ago, as I said before, that I paid for a prostate test through, I think it was the Lions Club or something. Anyway, I've got a level, I think it's 1.9, I seem to remember. And so I think it's more about, has that level gone up? If it has, then that's probably a good indicator to go and get something checked out. If it's still at that same level, then I'm probably all right. And plus, when I spoke to the doctor, what all the tests is, so he's done a general blanket blood tests. So yeah, even if I get one person now to go and have that prostate test, no matter how difficult it is maybe to get doctor's appointments and all that type of, just go push forward, persevere with it. I know lives can be complicated with working, etc. But if you got time, make yourself have time basically and go and do it.